We live in an age where you can make money doing just about anything on the internet. And one of the jobs that's come into prominence over the past 5, 10 years is streaming. Kids literally go online and watch people do whatever it is that they're doing. I know I Show Speed, he travels the world a lot. I don't know what Casanat does. It seems like he sits in his basement and plays video games and hangs out with celebrities. And DDG always seems to come across my timeline. A couple months ago, streamers were saying that streaming was harder than a 9 to 5. They said streaming and content creation takes more work than going to a 9 to 5. And at that time I said, I've been doing YouTube for a little bit. I'm taking a look around. I'm creating content every day. I said, okay, I get the sentiment. It's not true. A 9 to 5 is far harder than being a streamer, right? I got the sentiment. I didn't agree with it. I think a 9 to 5 is far harder than doing content. At least content is fun and you can make what it is that you want. Now he came out with something new. He said you cannot live on $10 million. He said it's not enough. And I've got to say, what planet is DDG living on where 8 figures is not enough to sustain you? How much money is he making and how much money is he blowing where 8 figures is damn near nothing to him? That's what he's saying. I know we live in a time where everybody online seems to be getting money. Everybody seems to have all the nicest cars. Everybody's taking trips. Everybody's got all the jewelry. But it's all a facade, right? Not everybody. Not everybody's stuff is a facade. Some people are really getting money like that. He could be one of them. He may not be one of them. I'm not entirely sure. But what I will tell you is $10 million is a lot of money. And if you give it to me, I will make it last. Not only for my lifetime, but for the people after me. That's generational wealth. At least in my eyes. But apparently the DDG is nothing.
10 M's for the rest of your entire life is not enough money. Let's debate, please. I would love to get canceled about this. I stand on it forever, okay? It don't have nothing to do with me being a rapper. It don't have nothing to do with me wanting nice shit. It don't have nothing to do with none of that shit, nigga. I'm trying to tell you niggas, bro, it ain't enough. Argue with your granny, nigga. Argue with your granny. If I gave you 10 M's right now and said that's all you gonna have for the rest of your fucking life, you be broke by 50.
Sometimes when you hear people talking, you just got to tell them shut up. Because what they're saying is bullshit. And what he's saying makes absolutely no sense. What do you mean that the average person won't be able to live on $10 million? Unfortunately, when you live these extravagant lifestyles, you're kind of out of touch with reality. And that happens to be the case with DDG. I don't know where he comes from. I don't know where he's gotten all the money that he has. He's been at least streaming for a couple of years. And I've seen his name, with Haley Bailey, whatever his ex-girlfriend's name is. I've been seeing him around the internet for quite a few years. So I'm sure he's had money for a while now. And because of that, he's out of touch. The average household makes $80,000 a year. If you divide $10 million by 80,000, you'll be able to sustain yourself for a very long time, multiple decades. Of course, when you're blowing money fast, you're not going to understand the plight of the average person. But, we're only conditioned to live in our reality. And his reality is he's spending $50,000 on chains and $10,000 on diamond bracelets. That's his reality. So for him, when you're spending that much money in a weekend, of course, $10 million is not going to last. If every time you turn around, you're dropping a bag on a bag, or you're buying cars, or you're buying jewelry, you're not going to make that sustain for a very long time. So luckily he's in a field where possibly he can keep accumulating that money. But the average person doesn't have this type of job. Streaming is and being a high level streamer is a very niche job, where if you're Casanat, if you're I Show Speed, if you're DDG, one of these other folks that's at the top of their game, you can make money. But that's not everybody. It's not me. It's probably not you that's watching this. If it is, then congratulations to you. By the way, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. And if you have something to say it down in the comments. But most of us, we're not going to see any money like 8 figures in our lifetime, let alone accumulate it and blow through it. These people, they need to come back into reality. They need to see what the average person is doing with their money, how the average person is living, because they're so out of touch. The streamers are so out of touch, probably because they've never worked a regular job. I don't know, like I said, I don't know his life. I don't know how he's made his money. But these streamers, they don't know what's going on in the real world, where $80,000 is a decent income for a family. 6 figures is good, and then 8 figures. You could even if you make $100,000 even, that's going to last you multiple decades. That's going to last you multiple decades before you burn through all of that money. So what he's saying is irrelevant to the average person. And it's irrelevant to most rich people as well. Because even if you buy like a $2.5 million house and you pay it off, you still got $7.5 million to live off for the rest of your life. And honestly, your house is like one of your biggest expenses that you're ever going to have. So unless you're buying jewelry, buying clothes, and just blowing through the money, being frivolous, being greedy, then you'll be able to make it. But he can't. That's DDG. He said $10 million is not enough money. You're going to burn through it by the time you're 50. I think he's tripping. You might not. But if you're sane, then you probably agree with me. And if you like this video, like the video. Subscribe to me back here for the next conversation. And if you have thoughts on what DDG had to say, or you just want to tell me how you blow 10 mil, leave it down in the comments. Till next time. Peace.